On an all-new Dr. Phil, a young man happy with his dangerous and gluttonous habits, a family desperate to change his ways, and how he is slowly killing himself. Today we are intervening in this young man's life to ultimately save him from his gluttonous desires and unhealthy habits. The choice to continue on with his food and alcohol binges, or the choice to live a longer and happier life. Stay tuned for his decision.
Let's do it. I want you to get excited about your life.
Here we go, in 10.
Stand by, camera 6. If it's happening now, we're going to deal with it now.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
This is going to be a changing day in your life. Stand by A, and roll A, check in.
Go, Dr. Phil.
Welcome to the Dr. Phil Show. Today we're featuring a young man who has some serious issues with gluttony. He has uncontrollable eating and drinking habits, and we're bringing in experts to fix his habits and get his life back on track. When did you two realize that Ross had a problem with his eating and drinking habits?
Oh boy, he's had a problem now for a long time. It really began to spike, say about a year ago, when he started having problems living with me, and that's really where it started getting horrible.
Did he have problems when he was younger, growing up, or was it once he moved out on his own?
You know, around the house he was like us, you know, nothing was in extreme excess. He normally held everything in moderation.
Is there something that caused Ross to start having these problems, or do you not know?
Well, I mean, back when our mom died, it kind of it affected Ross more than the two of us. He was closer with her. I don't know. That's why we're here.
That's always tough to deal with the loss. That's why we're here today, to help Ross recover from that and get back. What is your biggest concern with Ross's problems?
My biggest concern is just the fact that he's lost his identity and who he was before our mom passed. They used to go to church every Sunday together. Our mom was a really religious person, and just the fact that gluttony is a sin, and he's just gotten so overboard with everything, and food and drinking, and it just kills us to see how bad he's gotten and how far he's lost who he used to be.
So you see his gluttony as more of a sin than a social problem or a health problem?
I mean, it's definitely both, but in that aspect, it's more of a sin, and it's just going to be really bad for him if he keeps going this way.
What is your biggest concern with Ross?
Well, I contrast from Gabby's perspective, as I see it as a social problem, whereas he's falling completely away from reality as this condition gets worse. He's spiraling out of control, basically. Completely unrelated to the religious aspect of it.
Actually, we'll be able to fix both sides of the problem. We're bringing in a nutritionist today, and later on he'll be able to see a religious counselor, so that should hopefully solve all of Ross's problems. And right after this, we'll be back to talk to Ross about confronting his problems. Hi Ross, we've talked to your brother and sister, got their take on the story, their feelings on what you need to do to better your life, and now we're here to get your side of the story. First of all, do you think you have a problem with eating and drinking?
Absolutely not. I think that this eating is a positive in my life, actually, because when I eat and drink, it leads to happiness, and to me, happiness is a positive in my life.
How long does that happiness last after you've eaten? Or do you just continuously eat?
Well, I do like to continuously eat. I eat, I'm happy, and then I start to get upset until I eat again, and then I get happy again.
Are there any foods that make you happier than others, or make you feel better for a longer period of time than any others?
Oh, definitely. There's a select few, and this is America, so you gotta go McDonald's cheeseburger and fries. That's my go-to meal, but if I ever can't make it to McDonald's, I like Papa John's delivery, and those are my two go-tos, and if I can't get to those, I go to the fridge, see whatever's in there.
All right. Do you think these habits have a negative effect on your family? You've already said that it doesn't have a negative effect on yourself, but does it affect them?
Well, they seem to act like it does, but I think that they should just, if I'm happy, they should be happy for me too.
So to you, your happiness is more important than your health?
That's tough because to me, I don't see how it's affecting my health. I mean, all these studies and stuff about unhealthy eating, I think it's all a bunch of crap.
Do you want to make any changes in your life?
As of right now, I just want to keep eating and drinking.
So, eating and drinking is your top priority in life?
It's up there.
If it would come down to you or your family, what do you think you would choose as of right now?
Well, I would like to stay close to my family, but they seem to really dislike me eating, and I just don't understand that.
Do your eating habits have an effect on your financial issues?
Well, the bulkness of eating can be expensive, but most of the food I eat is not very expensive. More of the expenses come from the alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I try and go top shelf. That's my favorite.
How are you able to pay for this food and these drinks? I've heard that you don't have a job right now and you've had trouble keeping a job.
Well, I had a UPS job all the way up until last year, and they caught me drinking on the job 2 or 3 times, so I got fired from that. But now I'm on welfare, so just use that money.
Do you think you could get back to the UPS job? I feel like that would be a good job for you, so you could stay away from the alcohol during work hours and you get some exercise carrying the packages to houses.
Oh, it was a great job for me. I mean, I was happy doing it, but I guess they probably wouldn't hire me back after what happened.
What do you think was the final reason for you losing your job with UPS?
Well, to be honest, after they said they were trying to trace my where I had been delivering packages, and apparently I had been delivering the wrong route to random houses, so they were kind of confused. So they started looking into it, and that's when they found a few bottles of liquor in the back of my truck, and then they really were on to me, and they realized I was so drunk on the job that I was reading names and addresses completely wrong, giving random people the wrong packages.
I think from hearing this true story from the source itself, we have to realize that you do have a very serious problem with your eating and drinking. The first step is you have to realize that you have a problem. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. And after that, we do need to take more steps to get you to actually get yourself back on track so you can get a job and better these habits. Now we're here with our nutritionist and personal trainer to give Ross his options for bettering his eating and drinking habits.
Hi, I'm Breanna, and like you said, I'm a personal trainer and nutritionist, and we have a lot of people on board who would be willing to help you turn your life around. So first of all, I can help you make grocery lists, make some meal plans. We can even talk about making some of your favorite meals a little healthier, and maybe teach you about portion size, so you can just have everything that you like, but just make it a little better for you and help you develop some better habits. We can also start with some exercise plans. Just start really slowly and slowly make exercise part of your daily life. So you can be burning some more calories. So the more you exercise, maybe you can reward yourself with a little extra food. So that's a win-win situation.
Ross, we didn't talk about exercise in your daily life. Is that a part of your schedule usually? Or?
I don't exercise too often.
Why not? Does it take away from your eating time?
Yeah, I don't seem to have the time. I feel like I don't have enough time in a day to exercise.
What are your feelings on that?
I think everybody has time to exercise. All you have to do is put it in your schedule, make time for it, because after you exercise, you're going to have more energy, you might be a little happier, and you might have some time to think about something other than eating. So, like, set some goals, make some progress, and maybe that can contribute to your happiness, the same happiness that you seem to get from eating all the time. So we could try to balance that out a little bit, find some other sources that might make you happy. We also have a psychologist who'd be willing to talk to you about your problems, anything that would be going on in your life that we think might be contributing to your eating and drinking habits. You could also maybe try to help you get your job back, maybe try to find another job that you might like, something, again, that makes you happy that isn't food related. We also have a priest who would be willing to talk to you. Your brother and sister seem to think that your religious life isn't the same as what it used to be, and he would be willing to help you in your spiritual journey, help you put any religious aspects back in your life that you might have had before. We also have someone from Alcoholics Anonymous who'd be willing to help you. You would have a sponsor that you could call 24/7, could go to some meetings, be surrounded by people who are going through the same thing you are, and help you to realize that there's more to life than alcohol. And that might help you with getting rid of those bad habits, and might help in a lot of other aspects of your life as well. So I know this may seem like a lot, but we just want to assure you that we'll all be here to help you, and we're ready to help you gain control of your life again. So how do you feel about all this?
Well, it seems like a good path to take, but at one moment it feels like it's really a lot to put on my plate. So I'm not really sure. I have to think about it.
Well, now your options have been presented. We've talked to the nutritionist and your family. We'll give you a few minutes to think about your options, and we'll be back. And now we're back for the final decision. Ross, are you going to continue your gluttonous acts and keep eating uncontrollably and drinking to excess every night? Or are you going to get your life together and start working out and eating healthy?
Well, I've really been thinking about this, and it's a really hard decision. And as much as I'd like to take one more drink of that, I think that this new plan's my way to go.
And that's it for today's show. Next week we'll be dealing with some serious anger issues. Hope to see you then.